Oh, we're actually slowly reaching the end of our OHL season by season history playlist. And if you've tagged along this ride the whole time, well, let's get another season in. If not, don't worry. There is the OHL tab that I have on the channel. Just the playlist is saved there, and you can get back to the start if you want to go from 80, 81, all the way up to today's video of 2017, 2018. 20 teams playing a 68 game schedule. No changes when it comes to relocation. So let's dive into the regular season standings. Starting with the West Division, where the Soo Greyhounds once again at the top with a record of 55, 7, 3, and 3, 116 points. What a season it was for the Sioux. Second in the division, the Sarnia Sting, 46, 17, 4, and 1 was their record for 97 points. While the Windsor Spitfires, third with a record of 32, 34, and 2, 70 points. The Saginaw Spirit would come in fourth, 29, 39, and 0, 67 points. That's their record. While the Flint Firebirds, the bottom of the division, and they would miss the playoffs with a record of 20, 43, 3, and 2 for 45 points. In the Midwest Division, the Kitchener Rangers, they would take top spot with a record of 43, 21, 3, and 1, 90 points. The Owen Sound Attack, second, 38, 22, 3, and 5 of their record with 84 points. While the London Knights, third with a record of 39, 25, 2, and 2, 82 points. The Guelph Storm, they would be fourth with a record of 30, 29, 5, and 4 for 69 points. While the Erie Otters at the bottom of the division, and they would miss the playoffs as after winning 4 consecutive seasons with 50 wins each, you knew the good it would come to a stop eventually, and that's exactly what happened here for the Otters with that record of 23, 35, 7, and 3 for 56 points. Shifting to the Eastern Conference in the Central Division, the Barrie Colts, they bounced back to take top spot with a record of 42, 21, 4, and 1, 89 points. The Niagara Ice Dogs, second with a record of 35, 23, 7, and 3, 80 points. The North Bay Battalion, they would be third with a record of 30, 28, 7, and 3 for 70 points. The Mississauga Steelheads, fourth with a record of 33, 32, 1, and 2, 69 points. And missing the playoffs would be the Sudbury Wolves with a record of 17, 42, and 9 for 43 points. In the East Division, the Hamilton Bulldogs, they would take top spot with a record of 43, 18, 4, and 3, 93 points. While the Kingston Frontenacs, they would be second with a record of 36, 23, 6, and 3, 81 points. The Oshawa Generals, third with a record of 36, 29, and 3, 75 points. The Ottawa 67s, fourth with a record of 30, 29, 7, and 2, 69 points. And missing the playoffs would be the Peterborough Petes, as they would have a record of 23, 39, 3, and 3 for 52 points. And as I mentioned, it was a very strong season for the Soo Greyhounds. And at one point, they actually had a 23-game winning streak. It was just unreal what the Sioux were able to do this season. In the playoffs, the North Bay Battalion, they actually had to play a home game in Sudbury due to the Women's Curling Championship. So the Sudbury Wolves, they didn't make the playoffs this season. So North Bay needing another home. So the Sudbury Community Arena was the next closest venue. So a little strange not seeing the Wolves play, but the North Bay Battalion, they would enjoy the friendly confines of the Sudbury Community Arena for at least one playoff game. Now, during the regular season, former Sarnia Sting player Dan Garcillo made accusations of a hazing incident. He said it happened during the 2002-2003 season, and right away, Commissioner David Branch, he responded with sanctions against the Sarnia Sting as this information came to light. And the Sting, they would implement changes in some of their routines as a result of these hazing accusations. As that's something that the Ontario Hockey League and Canadian Hockey League in general has been wanting to address over the years, is to remove hazing from its clubs. Looking at the top scorers from the 2017-18 season, leading the way would be Aaron Luchuk. He split time between the Windsor Spitfires and the Barrie Colts. 50 goals, 65 assists, 115 points. Second in scoring, Morgan Frost from the Soo Greyhounds, 42 goals, 70 assists, 112 points. Third would be Jordan Kyrou of the Sarnia Sting, 39 goals, 70 assists, 109 points. Nick Suzuki, fourth in scoring from the Owen Sound Attack, 42 goals, 58 assists, 100 points. Dmitry Sokolov, he split time between Sudbury and Barrie, 50 goals, 46 assists, 96 points. Sam Militic would split time between London and Niagara. He had 36 goals, 56 assists, 92 points. Jason Robertson of the Kingston Frontenacs was seventh in scoring, 41 goals, 46 assists, 87 points. Evan Bouchard of the London Knights, eighth in scoring, 25 goals, 62 assists, 87 points. Adam Mascarin was ninth in scoring from Kitchener, 40 goals, 46 assists, 86 points. And rounding out the top 10, Boris Kachuk of the Soo Greyhounds, 42 goals, 43 assists for 85 points. Let's take a look now at the playoffs for the 2017-18 season. Starting off in the Western Conference, the Soo Greyhounds and Saginaw Spirit would battle it out in the opening round, and it would be the Greyhounds who would complete the series sweep of the Spirit. The Kitchener Rangers, they would take care of the Guelph Storm, but they would need 6 games for this series, while the Sarnia Sting would advance to the second round thanks to a 6-game series against the Windsor Spitfires, and the Owen Sound Attack, they would complete the series sweep of the London Knights. In the Eastern Conference, the Hamilton Bulldogs, they would advance to the second round thanks to a 5-game series win over the Ottawa 67s. The Barrie Colts, they would eliminate Mississauga in 6 games. The Kingston Frontenacs, they would take care of the North Bay Battalion in 5 games, while the Niagara Ice Dogs would eliminate the Oshawa Generals also in 5 games. In the second round of the playoffs, Sault Ste. Marie and Owen Sound would meet yet again. This series, though, going the distance, and the Greyhounds would need to win this series in 7 games to advance to the conference final, while the Kitchener Rangers and Sarnia Sting would battle it out, and the Rangers, they would take this series in 6 games. In the Eastern Conference, the Hamilton Bulldogs would eliminate the Niagara Ice Dogs in 5 games, while the Kingston Frontenacs upset the Barrie Colts and win this series in 6 games. And something we have not seen in a long time, the Kingston Frontenacs appearing in an Eastern Conference final. And in the conference final, the Soo Greyhounds and Kitchener Rangers, this series was a classic. It went back and forth, and the team with home ice advantage, the Soo Greyhounds, take advantage and advance to the J. Ross Robertson Cup in 7 games, while the Hamilton Bulldogs make their first trip to the OHL Championship as they would eliminate their East Division rivals, the Kingston Frontenacs, in 5 games. For the J. Ross Robertson Cup, Hamilton versus Sault Ste. Marie, and it would be the Bulldogs, the former Belleville Bulls, that would win the J. Ross Robertson Cup in 2018, and they would need 6 games to do so. So the first OHL championship for the Hamilton Bulldogs, and this season actually kind of cemented this organization as being one that would contend on a semi-regular basis. And in 2018, the Regina Pats, they were the host for the Memorial Cup. This was actually the 100th edition of the Memorial Cup. So the bidding process this year done differently. They opened it up to all 60 teams across the Canadian Hockey League. They received bids from Hamilton and Oshawa, but the Canadian Hockey League ended up going with the Regina Pats. So the Swift Current Broncos, they represented the Western Hockey League, while the Acadie Bathurst Titans, they represented the QMJHL. Hamilton in the round robin had a 2-1 record, and they would have to face the Regina Pats in the semifinal, where the Bulldogs would actually fall short, being eliminated following a score of 4-2. And in the Memorial Cup final for 2018, it would be Acadie Bathurst who would take the Memorial Cup, shutting out the host Regina Pats by a final score of 3-0. Your award winners for the 2017-18 season, will start off with the Red Tilson Trophy, as this season was quite the battle. It went back and forth, and the most outstanding player would actually go to Jordan Kyrou of the Sarnia Sting. The Eddie Powers Memorial Trophy, Aaron Luchuk, who of course split time between the Windsor Spitfires and Barrie Colts. The Dave Pickney Trophy would go to Villalta and Johnson from the Soo Greyhounds. The Max Kaminsky Trophy for Most Outstanding Defenseman, Nicholas Haig of the Mississauga Steelheads. The Jim Mahan Memorial Trophy, Jordan Kyrou of the Sarnia Sting. Andrei Svechnikov of the Barrie Colts, he was named the Rookie of the Year, while the William Hanley Trophy went to Nick Suzuki. Jordan Coy of the London Knights won the W.F. Dinty Moore Trophy. The Bobby Smith would go to Barrett Hayden of the Soo Greyhounds. The Leo Lalonde Trophy went to Aaron Luchuk of Windsor Barrie. The goaltender of the year was Michael DiPietro of the Windsor Spitfires. There's a name I haven't read in a bit. The Ivan Tennant Memorial Award went to Matt Guzda of the Owen Sound Attack, while the Mickey Renaud Captain's Trophy went to Justin Lemke of the Hamilton Bulldogs. And the Wayne Gretzky 99 Award in the end for playoff MVP went to Robert Thomas of the Hamilton Bulldogs. So quite the run for Hamilton as they would win their first J. Ross Robertson Cup. And if there's something from this season that stood out to you, this is obviously just a bit of a summary of what happened in the 2017-2018 season. Love to see it down in the comments below. If you haven't clicked subscribe already, may I encourage you to do so. It helps the channel continue to grow. We've seen some great growth during the off season, which if you're new to the channel, thank you very much for joining along as we talk junior hockey in this corner of the internet. So again, thank you very much for all your support, and we'll talk to you again soon.